it was made possible, as I told you just a moment ago, because of the tech gods, which is Christopher Perosi. Do you prefer Chris? Chris or Christopher? That's good. It's good to know. And Cindy, I don't remember her last name. Magnolia. Ooh, nice name. Good, good. That's his fiance, by the way, for all to hear on Facebook Live. So what I want to do is give Chris some time to talk about what he does here and how he can help you in your business, because he's helped me. Again, I was a client once. I'm now back, and I'm a client twofold this time. And he may explain it, maybe not. It doesn't matter. So everybody give Chris a big hand as he comes up to the front. Come on, Chris.
All right. Green dot toward me. Thank you, everybody. So I appreciate you all coming. It's funny, Brian was mentioning integrity and things like that, earlier. And we had some conversations outside when people were starting to trickle through and things like that. But this morning on my Facebook, I shared this, and this has sort of been something that's been in the news lately, and, keep the politics out of it. But the thing that's been in the news is the Boy Scout law. Do you guys know the Boy Scout law by any chance? I was a Boy Scout. I'm what's called a life for life, which means that I attained the rank of life, but then I did not attain the rank of Eagle, which is the final rank, right? So I got my life rank, and I got that by the time I was 13, and then girls and football and stuff like that. Didn't finish, but I regret not finishing. But the Scout law is a Scout is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, brave, clean, and reverent. Okay, so if you look at each one of those, none of those are very hard to do on its own. But if you put all that together, and you can do it all at once, those are great features of any person, great characteristics of any person. So if you can put those things together in your life and emulate the Boy Scouts in everything you do, it'll make all of your business dealings go better. It'll make all your personal dealings go better if you just, become that person of that kind of character, So that was just something I wanted to touch on. Brian, what do I have, like 10 minutes, 10 hours? What am I looking at? 10 minutes. 10 minutes, okay. Yeah, 10 hours probably too long, right? So my name is Chris Perosi, and this is my company, the Tech Gods. And I was telling Larry here when he first came in, because he was talking about, the entrepreneur dreams that he has and things like that, and how do you do it, if you don't have any money or if you don't have this, or that. Well, money is just one resource. Keep that in mind. Money is one resource. And here's the little story about my money that I'll tell you. There's a picture on my Facebook somewhere. I had like 59 cents in my bank account, and I posted that up because that was the same year I started this business. I had 59 cents in my bank account. And I actually met Cindy on a karaoke website. We're both karaoke singers, and there's a karaoke chat room. You can plug your microphone into the computer, and you can sing live in this chat room with all these other people. And so I met her in this chat room, and I just messaged her. I was like, hey, my name's Chris, and I added you on Facebook, and I hope you'll accept. And 6 years later now, here I am. So I lived in New Jersey at the time, and she lived here, and she had a daughter, so she couldn't very well pick up and move to me. But I was sort of unattached, and I was able to come here. So we went back and forth for about a year. And then after the first year, I moved out here, started my business, and I took a bunch of things that I had and, put them up for sale and gave them away and sold them and got rid of them, whatever. And, I had this little bankroll of money that I, had to move out here with, right? But I underestimated how much gas it would cost a 2002 Isuzu Trooper and a very, very overweight trailer pulling off the back of it. I underestimated how much gas that would take. So by the time I got to Denver, Colorado, I was out of money, right? Completely out of money. Fortunately, Cindy had flown out from California to New Jersey, and then we drove all the way across the country together. So, she was with me when I ran out of money. And she said, no, I got this. It's all right. So she paid for the gas from that point until the time we got here. So from Denver to here, she paid for all the gas. She paid for all the food, whatever we needed, she paid for. I pulled into town on June 24th of 2012, and on June 25th of 2012, I opened my doors to the Tech Gods. Now, I did that with not a dollar, right, because all the money was gone by Denver. 3 days later, we got here, and, there was no money left. But I opened my doors on June 25th because I traded. She worked for a doctor at the time. I traded. He wanted tech support. I needed an office, so he gave me like a 300-square-foot office, and I traded him the tech support by the month, and we did that for like 2 years. So I had no money to start with, and yet I was able to open my doors and start a business. So that was pretty fantastic. So, 5 years later, I managed to make this business successful because I'm out there. I'm at events like this one. I'm at, networking events. I'm at chamber events. By my third year living here, I was installed as the president of the Quartz Hill Chamber. So I sort of got out there and got to know a lot of people, and that was just by showing up at the networking events. And like something like this, you come to this, and when it's all done, as people are leaving, you stick around, you keep talking to people, you keep making your connections, right? Because it's all about the relationship. Everything you do in business is sort of like what you did in kindergarten, right? Get people to like you, share your toys, don't be a jerk, don't hit anybody. Like these are the things that make you successful no matter where you are. You learn these things in kindergarten. You just have to think about them and say, oh, yeah, well, that was just stupid to have said that. Why did I say that? That wasn't right. I shouldn't have said that. Or whatever it is. You just think about, how you can best show up, like you were saying. And that really helps. So this business, just, kind of in a nutshell, I'll bring you back to what we do here. We do computer tech support, and we do business phone systems. So the tech support is we do residential tech support, and we do business-to-business tech support. Of course, the business-to-business side of things is where we make, most of our money. That's where we really want to get the customers on that side. But, certainly we'll help individual single users that have a virus on their computer or a broken LCD or something like that. We'll take care of all those things for you. Right now we have two of Brian's computers. He's got Windows updates issues. It's a really bad Windows update problem. We've been working with Microsoft for like 4 days. Cindy actually just said that they just called a minute ago to try to escalate some of the issues. So we're trying to get this Microsoft issues resolved. We're working with Microsoft technicians on that directly and trying to get that all worked out. But we also do like servers and networking equipment and switches and VLANs and VPNs and all these other acronyms that you guys probably don't know. But basically anything to do with technology. Call us first before you call any place. If you're going to buy something, whatever, call us because we'll give you the advice for free before you get yourself into trouble. I'll give you an example. There's a well-known company here in this valley that's a member of all the chambers. I know them. I know a lot of different people in the company. But the people who actually hire for the tech support don't know me, right? So they hired a company for tech support based out of Irvine, California. And that company in Irvine, California picked up the phone and said, hey, we need some tech support here in Lancaster. Chris, can you do that? So here, this company that I know didn't hire me. They hired somebody in Irvine. Irvine turned around and called me, sent me out there. They paid my full rate, which means that the company in Irvine charged them a whole bunch more than my rate. So, call us first before you get yourself into those situations. Like here I go on site and everybody's like, oh, Chris, I didn't know you were going to be here doing this work. I'm like, yeah, well, they called me in. I'm, subcontractor at this point. So, so I'm doing this subcontract work. And, if they had just called me first and said, hey, who do we call for this? I would have said me. And we would have been there and it would have been half the price of what they're paying, it worked out for me in the end. I ended up not that I was trying to take the customer from the other company, but everybody knows me at this company. Like I said, I'm at the chamber events with all these people. So like, oh, we would much rather deal directly with you. And I'm like, I don't want to take the business away. I feel like that's like almost unethical. But at the same time, I didn't initiate that. They did. So, so pick up the phone and give us a call. If you have any questions, it doesn't matter what it is, any technology questions, any phone system questions, anything like that. Probably the easiest way for everybody, anybody and everybody to engage our services is to think about a phone system through us. If you have a business and you have a phone system, one, you're either using your cell phone or your home phone as your business, which never really works out well. If you're not doing that, you may have like a big high-end business phone system. You have a larger business, something like that. And if you have something like that, there's a good chance we can really like slash your bills maybe in half, maybe less. But if you're already using your cell phone, you might end up with like a $25 bill instead of no bill for your cell. But it'll make you look that much more professional. So, when somebody calls, there'll be an auto attendant that picks up your phone if you choose, or you can have it go directly to your phone. But, it can pick up and say, thank you for calling such and such. If you'd like to speak with HR, press 1. If you'd like to speak with billing, press 2. So it can make you, if you're just a single person with a company, it can make you sound like you're this big corporate entity, and meanwhile, you're just this one person. Whether they press 1, 2, 5, 9, 11, it all goes to your phone. It doesn't matter, right? But it makes you look like a more professional company. It's amazing. So I'm going to show you a quick video. It's a little 2-minute thing about the phone system. Let's see. Let's see if I can get this over here. Hang on one second. I thought I had it up, but I may have lost it. Oh, look at that. That's us right there. There's me speaking 2 seconds ago on Facebook. All right, so let's see. Videos. All right, so there's a little video once it comes up. This is sort of the best parts about our phone system and why it's good for everybody.
Meet Susan and Dave, typical small business owners. Susan gets her phone system and service from the cloud. Dave gets his service from the phone company and uses a traditional phone system. Let's ask them some basic questions about their phone system. What do you need to make a phone call? And your system has voicemail to email? Advanced auto attendant? Customizable hold music? Great. You're all set up. Oh, good news. You just hired a new employee. Now what?
Hi, I need another phone in the phone line.
I need a new phone and phone line.
And what if you need support?
Oh, I call my representative and they help me right away.
Well, I call the phone company and I clear my schedule.
Now tell me, how much does all this cost? Does that include long distance? No hidden fees? One more question. What happens if the power goes out?
Well, the system is hosted in the cloud, so it automatically reroutes to our cell phones. Hi, you've reached Susan's office. Hold on, please. Dave?
I'm okay. I'm okay.
Your business will love the reliability and cost savings of hosted PBX. Talk to our experts to create a quote specific to your business's needs. Call us today.
All right, so just a little overview of the system there. Oops, sorry. This is our radio commercial just starting right up here. Hang on. So that's actually the funny thing. Yeah, the funny thing about that commercial, right? The funny thing about that commercial is that we basically set this one up because there's so many people in the computer industry who are just doing it out of their mom's basement or out of the garage, and they're using their cell phone as the business line, and sometimes they answer and sometimes they're like, oh no, I'm at the beach today, I'm not working, and stuff like that. So there's a lot of that going on. There's a lot of people trying to fix computers just out of their house and whatever. We have a whole different thing where a different level of professionalism. You come in here, you can sit down at our counter. We actually have I'll show you my timer. Hang on. So we have this little green hourglass timer. This is a 15-minute hourglass timer. And if you come and sit at our front desk and you want some tech advice, you have a problem with your computer, you can sit down at our front desk and we'll flip this over and we say, look, we'll help you until that runs out at no charge. If that runs out, then we have to charge you to keep helping you, So at some point we have to say, okay, there's a limit to our free help. But we'll help you for free. If you can come in 5 minutes, 10 minutes, in and out with a question, you could do that every day of the week, and we'll help you out, no problem. Eventually we might say, hey, coming in every day. But the idea is if we don't do the work, we're just giving you advice, or even if we're doing a little work and it's just real quick on your computer, we don't want to charge you. We're not looking to charge you for that. We want to make our money off businesses and things like that when we can really give a value to that business, where it's whatever we fixed is saving them $1,000 a week or something like that. That makes a big difference, and then it's worth them paying us, Whereas if you come in with a little problem, we fix it in 5 minutes. I don't need to take $50 from you. Just go ahead, come back when you have a real problem, So that's what we tell people. I think that's pretty much that covers us. So if you have any questions about the phone system or anything like that, or about our tech support, feel free to ask me after the meeting. All right. So thank you guys very much. I appreciate it.
There you go. Oh, come on, you can do better than that. Show them some love. Yeah. Thank you, Chris. There we go. So how's that? Cool or cool? Yeah, the coolest. I'm going to get out of the light. Step out of the light. Are you guys ready to get started? We've already got started. That was amazing, yes? What about that story? He started with 59 cents in his account and then uprooted and drove across the country. How many of you could see yourself doing that if what was on the other side was compelling enough? As entrepreneurs, every one of your hands should be high in the air as a result of that. Excellent. So, very compelling story. It's never, listen, in your life, when you're in your business, it's never about the money. Ever. Robin gets it immediately. Most of you are nodding. It's never about the money. Chris is proof of that. You just heard it. It's all about mindset and focus. And we're going to go that in a deep level tonight. You're going to have a lot of fun tonight. You guys ready? Yeah. All right. Ooh, very good. All right. Well, first, what I want to do is give you a little bit of background of me so you have an idea who this guy is up here with this funny little microphone talking to you in a green room. Does that sound good? Yeah. All right. I'm founder of a company called Reach Your Peak. It's a elite entrepreneur training company. I'm also an international best-selling author and professional speaker. And so, international best-selling author. I mean, it looks a little promiscuous, right? A little eye-catching. Let's see. I got to verify. Yeah, 155. So go ahead and pass that around real quick and tell me if you can see my name anywhere on that book, on the cover or on the back, or my picture, or anything. Okay. The answer is no, it's not there. You can all look. And just saying all the magic starts, I think it's page 155. That's where it really starts. So what that is a collaborative book. I keep standing in front of the light. Collaborative book. And what that means is the young lady who spearheaded this effort, her name's Heidi Lee. That's her face and her picture on the front. And it says sexy with no boundaries. And it's not about sexiness from without, but from within. And at one point, she asked me, we were in a seminar, a 300-seat seminar, a workshop for entrepreneurs. And she looked back and whispered and motioned me over. I knew her at the time. And she said, Brian, I'm putting together a book. Would you write a chapter? And immediately I just said the one magical word that time and time and time again for the rest of my life, once I got in the habit of saying this one word over and over and over again without hesitation, that resulted in being a part of a book, of a collaborative book that has many authors. And I have maybe 8 or 9 pages in there. I put everything I had into those 8 or 9 pages. I'm very proud of it. But do you think I worked hard as develop my whole own book? Do you think I worked hard to do 8 pages versus writing an entire book and then promoting it, getting the cover? Do you think? No. The answer is no. Just in case. No on Facebook, just in case you're wondering. No. It was easy. And the beautiful thing is, because I said that one magical word, this young lady went on a marketing campaign, and we did two signings at Barnes & Noble, at a local Barnes & Noble down in the valley, and she promoted it on Amazon. And so within a week or two, it was a national best-selling book, and with a week later, international best-selling book. I wrote maybe 8 pages of high-quality stuff. And a result of just that one word, I can stand before you and say I am an international best-selling co-author. Now, it's not to pat myself on the back. This is a lesson. The lesson here is work smarter, not harder. And when you're given an opportunity that you know is right, that feels good, that looks good, what do? From this point forward, from this moment forward, what will you do? You say yes. You take the opportunity. You go for it. How many of you are willing to do that, starting right now? Really? Are you willing to jump in a car with 59 cents in your bank account and drive across the country to achieve the success you want and you desire? And you know it's there. With certainty, it will be there. Are you willing to go through that? All the way to Vegas, yes. You can take that 59 cents and turn it into something, couldn't you? So that's that. Fitness expert. I'm a fitness expert, certified personal trainer, and founder of an online venue. It's Global Fitness Club. It's a unique fitness arena where before video streaming was really in vogue, you can literally, with a phone, work out to my videos. And I have a full comprehensive program behind it, proven 90-day program, on and on. The point here is, what is going on in this picture? This is a live morning television show. a live morning television show. And that is a direct result of my going through a process similar to one you're going to go through tonight, something called NLP, neuro-linguistic programming. As a result of going through that one process, my mind shifted, and I was able to quickly, without hesitation, make that decision over and over and over again, the decision that was right for me. At the time, working a full-time job. This is in Arizona. I live here in California, Lancaster. It was midweek. So what do you think might have gone through my head normally? How am I going to get there? I got to take time off. It's going to cost me money. Where am I going to stay? All that? Well, guess what? None of that happened. Zero. I said that one magical word. My buddy called me up from Arizona. He had connections. One was the producer of the show, and she loved the concept. I used to do free live streaming workouts 3 times a week, and anybody who had connection could work out with me for free. And I would lead the whole thing. You know, full-blown half-hour world-class program. And they loved it, so they put me on. I had an 8-minute segment. It's on my website forever because I went through a process. Like Chris, I stuck my neck out there because for me at the time, it was sticking my neck out to go and learn NLP. And because I did that, it has done nothing but change my life for the better. How many of you want to change your life for the better? Just curious. Good. And Dharma, we were learning earlier that when you raise your hand, there are no bent elbows. It's all the way or no way. All right, so let's practice once. No, see, just like football, this is the way he was. Dharma played football with my son. They were both on the same team. I was one of the coaches, so it's really good to see. It's been a long time. It's like a little reunion. Also, I'm the creator of Hypnotherapy. Does anybody recognize this gentleman? I know it's kind of, you got it. Did anybody hear him? Kevin Harrington. Shark Tank, that's right. What's he holding? I'll answer it because it's kind of hard to see. So these are actually audios wrapped in video form because they're just nicer. And it started with Hypnotherapy, the inner game of peak performance. By the way, these are not for sale here tonight. This is not the purpose of this here. This is just to show you and give you a background of where I come from. This is a proven audio therapy program that will have you doing amazing things. It's a 20-minute listen, and after listening to it, you will start wanting, desiring to eat better, to eat healthier, to work out more, to get in a peak performance, both mentally and physically. And I had such great success with that, and then I started getting requests. I said, Brian, I also want one on weight loss, so I created one for weight loss. I have clients currently using both of these right now. And I had a good friend of mine found out he had an issue in a lung, a spot on his lung, and I can't remember the name. It's an acronym, OC something, COPD. Who said that? Yeah, I figured, yeah, you might know about that, huh, because of your clients. So COPD, not a good thing. Dear friend of mine, I said, I need to help him, so I created the inner game of smoking cessation. He is now a non-smoker. And I'm about to get, what do they say in Saturday Night Live? Verklept? Some of you remember that? Yes. Also a master entrepreneur trainer. Before I broke out on my own with my own company, I was also a master trainer with another phenomenal company that Mike is familiar with, and taught from stage for a little over 2 years as a trainer for that, full 3-day live events where I would do roughly half of the event from stage ultimately at the end. So it was a phenomenal experience. And the beautiful thing is my mentor, that's the whole reason he put this thing together, was for the people who learn from him to model success. What does model mean? What's a simple word that you shouldn't do when you're in copy? Copy it, and then go out and do it. So I did exactly what I was trained to do, and now here I am before you, thankfully, doing it. This is what I love to do, and I'm very passionate about helping you, entrepreneurs, to achieve peak physical and mental performance, and that's everything, including business. So I call it mind, body, business. Complete everything. Often you only get the mechanical, how to turn the switch, how to do marketing, how to do SEO, how to do Facebook marketing, without the mindset that is required, the foundation to get you past all your junk in your head, like weeds in a garden, so that you can just excel. Sound good? You excited? Yeah. Ooh, I love it. All right, so you all have a fun sheet in front of you. This is for you to follow along. This is my gift to you. So you'll see T-Bear on the upper right. This is where we begin, and you just follow along with this. But would you agree? Would you agree that everything you have in your world today, that is part of your world, your current situation, whether it be financial, whether it be personal, where you are right now, would you agree that it all begins with your thoughts, that you are 100% responsible for where you are today? How many of you would agree with that? Raise your hand. Good. Good. That means so it's not because of somebody else's fault that you're here and you're in this horrible situation or whatever situation. It's all because of you agree that it started with your thoughts. You go with that? Okay, so let's illustrate that. How does that happen? How can we prove that? It all starts with what? Our thoughts. And some of you are writing. Good, good. All starts with our thoughts. Now, if you start thinking something and you think it over and you think it over and over and over, that same thought over and over and over, time and time again, over and over and over, over and over and over, what might that thought then turn into? A hint is on your sheet, the very next line. I heard behavior. O does not start with a B. What's that? Beliefs. That is correct. Beliefs. Once you think something often enough, doesn't it? Yeah, it becomes a belief. Would you agree? Yeah, of course. And then, when you believe something, and you would go to the mat for it, because, let's talk about, one of your posts just came up, and some of them can get controversial. Some could go into political. It wasn't yours. There was one recently I saw that had nothing to do with the president, but everyone jumped on it. And because they had this staunch belief, they believed the way they believed, they started typing, and you could see it all over. It was coming through in their message. What was coming up from them? Hint is on your sheet. What was coming up? What was coming up? Who said it? Emotion. You're right. Exactly. And it could be a good emotion. It could be a bad emotion. But it's emotion. That's what leads to our thoughts, lead and turn into our beliefs. Our beliefs then carry us into a state of emotion. Now, being astute entrepreneurs, what does a customer buy from? At what moment? Yeah. So that's a key for you when you're doing your marketing, is to tap into their emotion with your copy. How can you tap into their emotion, make them feel good about your product or service and know that it's right for them? What's the problem or issue that you are solving that's painful that will take them and bridge them into something that's good and make them feel good about it and know with certainty that what you have is what they need? Emotion is what takes. So when you get to that emotional state, and let's say you're a customer and you actually go to make that purchase, what's another word for that? You've already written it down. And it hits on your sheet. Action. That's right, action. Robin is advanced. She was already there. Yeah, that's my cuz. Yeah, actions. So now you're taking action. And when you take actions or inactions, what does that leave you with on your sheet? Results, exactly. So of those 5, the first 3, thoughts, beliefs, and emotions, are those internal or are those external? Internal, yes? And the result of your internal gave you where you are today. Do you see how that works? Is that amazing? What if we could tap into those thoughts and beliefs and maybe alter our behaviors and emotions in a positive way going forward to take you to that end result that you want and deserve faster than you are now? Would that be worth anything to you? Or would it be worth everything to you? Yeah, exactly. So let's cover what is peak mental and physical performance. Now, just as this is as important in your professional life, having peak mental and physical performance, it is equally as important in your personal life. Being at your peak is important in both. So let's break that down a little bit. What is peak mental performance? So some attributes of someone who is operating at a peak level of mental performance is they are very, very focused. Very focused. How many of you can remember a time when you were really focused? I mean really focused. How many of you can go back to that time and remember it vividly? How many of you can see it through your own eyes? How many of you can hear what you heard? See what you saw? Feel what you felt? And I'm glad you're going through this, because this is a practice for our upcoming NLP process. It's very important that you go through this. As you practice this, as you use your imagination for a change, and you have fun with it, then you'll get better results. And that's why we're here, for results, yes? For better results than we have today. For results we know we want, that are in our head, correct? Good. Another one, confident. How many of you can remember a time you were confident? I mean, you're standing in your zone. Yeah, look at the arms are going up. You're just confident. There's nothing going to stop you. You're unstoppable. You're going to break through that line. You're going to block that player on the other side maybe when you were younger. Maybe you remember being confident when you were playing football and you're young. Look, Dharma is confident young man. That's a built young man. He's been working out heavy. Good job. He's got the physical performance going on, which we'll cover in a minute. Good job. Confident. What if you were very attentive at all times? So Larry, let me ask you. So if you get to sit in the front, if you sit in the front, you get more interaction with speakers. Speakers in general. I'm not talking about me in general. You're all nodding your head. So when you are here early and on time, like most of you were. She held her seat, so you're lucky. And I'm glad you're there, to be honest. Yeah, you're my cuz, so it's okay. We're family. So the thing is, attentive. What if, Larry, you were talking to me and you were passionate about something. You really wanted to get a point across. And I'm like, yeah, okay, cool. Oh, yeah. What's that? Oh, yeah, I'm with you. What'd you say? Yeah. Oh, can you repeat that?
Yeah,
No,
well, that just
well,
that you're not really caring.
not caring, not engaged, not focused. What if instead you're talking to me and I am laser targeted on your eyes, gently, and I'm watching every movement, because that could have a weapon connotation to some. It's gently. Look, I'm looking at you. I'm watching. You're talking. I'm nodding. I see what you mean. Oh yeah, I agree with you. Oh, really? Tell me more. How would that make you feel? We haven't said a thing. How did that make you feel just now?
Makes me feel more confident that I'm expressing myself and my thoughts clear to you.
You see that? So what if you were attentive at all times? Not just now and then, but what if you were attentive? If you were operating at peak mental performance all times, every waking hour of the day when you need to be. How would that, so you can just see how it made Larry feel. How would that make your customers feel? How would that make your significant others and your loved ones feel? You see, this doesn't just talk about business. This permeates into our personal life as well. Are you guys getting this? Yeah. Good. What about, how many of you have ever felt the time mentally? You're just productive. You're banging on all cylinders. It's just coming. It's going. It's effortless. And I'm just going forward. I'm finishing my task. I'm checking off the list. It's just awesome. You guys remember a time like that? Yeah? Good. And another attribute of being at peak mental performance is you're in control. I'm going to ask you, what do you think? In control of what? And you're operating at peak mental performance. One of those attributes is being in control. In control of what? Getting closer. What'd you say? Very good. Emotions. I almost said there's a hint on your sheet that you've already written down. Emotions. What does that mean? If I'm in control of my emotions, what does that make me? Why? So how many of you have ever been involved with somebody who basically just went off the deep end and lost it and went into an angry fury? Whether it be at you or someone else, but you witnessed it. Have you ever seen that? Or maybe you yourself have done that on occasion, maybe alone in a room and you're doing swinging kicks and stuff in the garage. Like somebody I don't know that's ever done that. I got stuff flying out of my, it's like a piece of plastic or something else. I was in the garage and there was, whatever. It was, what do they call it? A fashion, yeah, like that, anyway, it's different. So in control of your emotions. So if you have, and it could be subtle. That's the thing. What if you had an inherent anger, a built-in anger deep in your subconscious, and it doesn't release into that fury rage, but it's there. And it's there. And what could it possibly be doing to you going forward? It could be hindering you, right? What if you have some kind of deep-seated, held on to fear that you're not even aware of right now because it's in your subconscious? Can you see that giving you a level of resistance throughout your entire life? Did you know you all have these right now? Every one of us, we're all human. This exists in your subconscious mind today. The good news is there are tools and processes to help you to clean that garden, to pull those weeds out of that beautiful garden and let those roses bloom and flourish. That is your mind. How many of you want to learn something like that? Oh, yeah. Good. All right, let's move on to peak physical performance. Different attributes of that. You're relaxed. Dharma, after you work out, if you've had a stressful day, how do you feel after working out? There's a hint up on the screen. You follow along. Good. Relaxed, yes. Yeah, you just feel relaxed. Can you guys remember doing that? I mean, right now, sitting in your chairs, you could do some shoulder rolls like this. like right now. I wouldn't suggest that you do them right now, but you could do them right now by rolling your shoulders forward like this, Kalua, right now, Kalua, like that, and then back. Go ahead. Let's see it. Yep, and back. And Tara. Oh, yeah, this is a full participation. Remember, participate, play full out. Dharma, come on. I know you can do these football days. Come on, everybody. If you roll them back and forward all the way, full motion, then you just let them go down. Does that feel a little bit more relaxing now, a little stress gone? That was simple. What if your whole body felt that way all the time, along with feeling highly energized at the same time? How many of you have worked out after not having worked out maybe for a while, and suddenly while you're working out, it's a physical thing, right? You're exhausting your physical being, yet somehow you're feeling this renewed energy as you're going through it. Yeah? What if you felt that renewed energy all the time, every waking moment? You're active, much more active. How many of you have ever sat on the couch and you're just not feeling it? You're tired, you're exhausted, and there's a remote. It's over there. And you're sitting there. You didn't know it was there when you sat down, but now you're in your zone. You're comfortable. I'm out of the camera. You're in the zone. You're comfortable. And you're like, oh, I really don't like what I'm watching right now, but jeez, it's so far away. I would have to literally lift my butt off of the seat and then take a couple steps, maybe fall and stumble, grab it, and fall back and slump. But dang it, it is so far away. Oh, so some of you have experienced this before? Yeah. Well, what if instead that was not even a thought, that it was instant? It's like, and what if you weren't even reaching for a remote because you weren't watching TV and wasting your time when you should be working on your business or your family? What if you were active and there and present? What if you had all of these qualities, both mental and physical, together? We're not even done. Strength. Ladies, I love to ask the ladies this one. After exercising, after working out, how many of you notice a firmness that maybe wasn't there just before? It's like, we call it a pump in bodybuilding circles. How does it feel? You can say it. Good. Yeah. Who said tight? In a good way, right? Yeah. You want to be firm, right? Does that feel good? What if you were always solid and firm? We're not talking big manly muscles. We're talking beautiful and wonderful, firm body, all rigid and just holding yourself up. That exudes confidence because you have that going. You're all feeling that. Guys too, right? I mean, you've been there. You got the pump, and you're like, yeah, baby, check this out. Right? You're going back to the wife. Hey, baby. Right? It feels good. That's it. When you're at peak physical performance, it just feels good. Feels good. You're all writing. Excellent. Excellent. So here's the big equation. It's very complex. It's on your sheet. So pay close attention. Peak mental performance plus peak physical performance equals peak performance. I'm sorry, I can't make it any harder, but that's it. Peak performance. That is a simple concept. Is it easy? Is it possible? Absolutely. That clients are going through at this very moment, that has proven to help them gain up to 4 hours of productivity every day. What could you do with 4 additional hours? And by that, I know we don't have 28 hours in the day, right? None of us do. That'd be kind of cool. But what if you could, let's say you have an 8-hour workday, and what if you completed everything in 4 hours, and you had an additional 4 to do whatever you wanted? What would that mean in your life? What would that be worth to you? Yeah. And if you were to put a dollar figure on that, could you? Could you? Well, could you? Do more work, exactly. There you go. So think about that. Phenomenal. Yeah. So all of that. So if you can combine both peak mental and physical performance and harness that and feel that every single day, can you imagine what that would do, not only for your business, but for your entire life and for those around you, your loved ones, because of the way you are showing up. So in your professional life, of course, you need energy and a clear mind, yes? If you don't have either, what's going to happen to your business? It's not going to go very far, and it may tank. Exactly. Yes. So the thing is, what if there's one day and you're just not feeling it? I mean, none of you have been there, but you're feeling crappy, right? You're feeling crappy. You just don't feel good. You're lethargic. You're feeling crappy, and you need to make a decision in your business. It's a tough decision. You got to make a tough decision, and you're feeling crappy. You're feeling crappy, you got to make a decision. What kind of decision do you think you might end up making if you're feeling crappy and you have to make that decision? You're feeling crappy and you have to make that decision. You're feeling crappy and you have to make that decision. What kind of decision do you crappy think you're going to make? There we go. Crappy. Not a good one. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I was just having fun. Do you think? Does that make sense? Absolutely. So you never want to go into a situation in your business and be in that state because it may happen at any time, right? Things come up where you have to make decisions that you weren't ready for, right, Chris? And if you're feeling down, which I've never seen you look down, but if you were, do you think he would have, what would happen? He'd make a crappy decision, more than likely. You never want to be looking like that. You do not want to make a decision when you're feeling or even looking like that. So the thing is, you can't just will this. Yes, does willpower work? It does. The problem with it is that it's temporary. Like affirmations or incantations, you talk in front of a mirror and say, I have the wonderful house, and you're visualizing. Have you guys heard of these before, affirmations? And they work. They're awesome. I don't say don't do them. What if you could make that permanent? What if you could do it once and it's permanent? What if you clean out the weeds and you're liberated and you're free to go forward without resistance, to say that one magical word that you know is right for you every single time, without hesitation, without worrying about all the crap that you normally do, the paralysis by analysis, all the reasons you shouldn't do it. No, just, I know it's good for me. I'm clear. Let's go. Sweet. So here's the thing. In your personal life, your family is counting on your energy. Again, if you come home to the place, or maybe you're in a college with friends or buds, whoever you come home to or you interact with, if you come home in a state and you're not feeling it, and you say you come home to your spouse or significant other, in this particular case, and you have an attitude walking in. They didn't do anything, right? This happened before. We're human, right? You walk in, they say something that sets you off. Then you start barking at them. Well, the thing is, other people might be listening or watching. Those closest to you are the ones that bear the brunt of it. And so the lesson with this is, oftentimes when we think about improving our lives, we think about ourselves, right? We think about, how do we improve our lives? How do we make our lives better? What about, how will this impact the lives of those closest to you? What about, how are my actions or inactions impacting their lives right now? Because the thing is, we will often do more for others than we will do for ourselves. Is that not right? That's deep. And the more you can think that way, the more beneficial it will be for you and your family going forward. Because you will do more for yourself now. When you think, oh, it's not just for me. It's just not affecting me. It's affecting everybody I come in contact with. My loved ones, my customers, my clients, my coworkers, my colleagues, my friends. How are you showing up every day? Are you at a peak level performance? Or are you somewhere beneath? And if you're somewhere beneath, what can you do to get to that peak level? And should you do that starting now? Yes. Cousins on it. Yes. Should you do that starting now?
Yes.
Ooh. Okay. All right. Good. Love your energy. You guys are awesome. So here's the thing. The mind and body are a team. More importantly, the mind and body are your team. They're your team. So let's illustrate this quickly. Here is a member of the relay race team in, thank you, I see it, London. What year? Good. You can read good. Thank you. And he's on the U.S. team. And look at this guy. So just to make the team by itself, does anybody know what that takes? Just to make the team, and then go race at the event. Do you think maybe he is operating at peak mental and physical performance? I mean, looking at him, peak physical, no doubt. Look at the guy. Do you think he's fast? Maybe. He's only in the Olympics. Yeah. So a relay race, this is a 4-person relay. So this is a team. So relate this to your mind and body as we go through it. So he's taking the first leg. Gun goes off. He's running. He's ducking down. hands out the baton to number 2. Does he look like he's operating at a peak level of physical and mental performance? I mean, look at him. He's so fast he's blurry. But look at this guy. Then he turns the corner. He's handing it to number 3. He hands it off to the 3rd guy, and he's almost falling forward because he's so fast. Do you think he's operating at a peak level? Absolutely. So here's the thing. This is a team operating, as we like to say, on all cylinders, like a car. All the cylinders are firing. It's a 4-cylinder engine. And then he's going to hand it off to the final cylinder. That final cylinder, this is the anchor man. This is the guy that has to take it home. This is the guy that's responsible for bringing the team to the front if they're not leading at that moment. This is the guy responsible for not losing the lead if they are in the, you get it, right? He is the most responsible person. And this is a part of a team. So he turns the corner, he hands it off to the final teammate, and he grabs it and he books and he looks like that. What happens to the team's results or chances of winning that game or that race? What would happen? What do you think? Probably lose, maybe not win, right? The good news is he's participating and playing full out. That's the good news. The thing is, he didn't make it an effort. He didn't make it a priority to achieve peak mental and physical performance prior to the most important event of his life. Do you understand where this is going? You get this? Good. So he's doing it. He's in the game. And look, wherever you are today, right now, just know this. It is nothing more than a snapshot in time of where you are today. Why not take that snapshot and improve upon it so the next picture is even better? Yes, Chris.
I just have a quick observation. That guy probably, if you asked him, would say he's operating at peak performance. And the other 3 would say they need improvement.
Yeah, could be.
Who's operating at their best is always looking to get better.
It's okay. You're my cuz. So, would you agree there are different levels of fitness? Different levels. So let's illustrate that. There are bodybuilders, big, massive people, right? Massive people, love them. There are also marathon runners. Are they big and massive? No. They're usually pretty small, but do you think they are in really, really good shape and operating at peak levels of physical and mental performance? There are swimmers, there are volleyball players. So you can see there's a wide range of what people would think of as being really, really fit or operating at peak physical performance. What do you think, based on that, what do you think this gentleman does? For those of you that don't know. A swimmer, okay. Surfing. Volleyball, good. Anyone else? Anyone else? I need one more. Come on. Around some boats. Jet skier, we'll go with that one. I heard 2, but I heard jet skier come out. So he understands, this gentleman understands the importance of peak physical performance. Peak physical performance and mental performance. And you'll see why in the very next slide. What does this gentleman do? He is the #1 ranked chess player in the world. Think about it. The guy pushes little pieces of wood on a board. Yet somehow he thought, I need to be at peak physical performance. Do you get that? Your mind and body are a team. If you're physically not operating at high performance, your mind is suffering right there with it. Did you know that? Absolutely. I mean, these are 3-hour marathon chess matches, 3 hours per match. And he is right now jotting down, while they haven't started yet, during the match, he's jotting down all the permutations and next moves that could occur. Many moves in advance. Well, if I moved here, he'll move there. And this is what he does for a living. #1 in the world. Not just Lancaster, but the world. Can you imagine what he has done to get to that level? The person he beat, I watched a documentary with him, was not in peak physical shape. Not saying that's why he lost, but could it be? Could that be the one advantage he had? What advantage do you not have right now that you could work on to get to that point, to where you are now doing better than, this isn't competition against someone else. This is about competition with yourself, improving yourself for the betterment of those around you. Does that make sense? Are you getting this now? You're starting to get that, this isn't just about you. Although we all want it to make it just about us. I get that. Me too. I've been there. But when you take it outside of yourself, your results really expand, really expand. So hitting rock bottom. So many of us have had those moments where we've hit our personal rock bottoms. And you've probably heard stories of, going zero to hero. Like, this is what happened, and as a result, it catapulted me because I just had to. Well, I had my own personal rock bottom several years back. I was always physically fit growing up, played sports all the time, just like Dharma. Karma, where did that come from? Just like Dharma. And I would get these health screens on a regular basis, and never, not once, not a single time, not a shred of anything in the negative. So I didn't even know what the numbers meant. I honestly did not know. I didn't even know what they were. I didn't know that there were blood and cholesterol and all these other things. I had no clue. Didn't have to know. Well, several years ago, I got a test, and I'll never forget, see if I can do this proper, sitting across the table from a nurse. She was a sweetheart. And, you do the blood pressure, everything, all the vitals, and then you do the finger prick for the blood. And then they analyzed it right there. I'm like, wow, that's pretty cool. And I'll never forget, she looks down, she writes the number down, checks her notes, checks again, looks up at me, looks back down, looks back at me, looks down again. You need to see a doctor. And I'm there, I've never had a single niche, nothing. And so I was like, give me a break. I'm in denial. No way. And the thing literally was battery powered. So I was like, she's a sweetheart. Would you like to do the other finger? I was like, well, that's scientific. Okay, let's do it. Same exact results, same exact denial. I got the printout. I didn't even know what the heck these numbers were, So I put it in my desk drawer and I left it there for 2 weeks. I knew intellectually I had been letting myself go. Working a full-time job, getting up at 5 a.m. every morning, commuting 2+ hours, working 8+ hours, 2+ hours back home, staying up till 1 or 2 to do my entrepreneurial activities, getting up again at 5 a.m., traveling again, wash, rinse, repeat, recipe for disaster. And instead of working out, I was drinking beer or whatever that would ease the pain, the stress. And it was a gradual change. And I was like, wow. So anyway, 2 weeks later, I came home from work. I opened the door, and there's my son, Wyatt. He's standing in the living room in a tank top and shorts. I knew what he was doing. I said, hey, Wyatt, what are you doing? He goes, I'm working out, Dad. That was the moment. That was the moment. I said, you know what? This isn't just about me. This is about my family. I'm letting them down because my health is tanking. I went and looked those numbers up. They were in danger zones, not just a tick under. Danger zones. That's why she looked at me like that. So 2 weeks later, I finally woke up. Thank God. And at that moment, I decided I wasn't just going to get in shape. I was going to start my own fitness business. I was 47 at the time. How many of you can imagine what limiting belief I may have had at that moment? Anybody? Too old. Who the hell do you think you are? 47. The thing is, it was the cause was greater than me. It was, yes, for me to hold myself accountable, also to help others, so they never got in the same situation I was in. What is yours? What is your story? And hopefully none of you ever hit rock bottom, but I'll tell you this right now, it was a blessing. Looking back, and you'll hear this from other people, and if you haven't hit rock bottom, you go, I don't get it. I get that because I was there. It is a blessing. I'm glad it happened. Looking back, I'm still here, and I get to help transform lives. And we're going to have some fun doing that in just a moment with NLP. The thing is, other people have hit rock bottom. Some of you may know J.K. Rowling from the Harry Potter series. She's the author. She said, and so rock bottom became the solid foundation on which I rebuilt my life. And you'll hear this time and time again. Maybe you don't have a dramatic rock bottom. Maybe you have a subtle one, but use that to catapult yourself and change lives. Use your life experiences. It's not just your duty as entrepreneurs to help others, to serve others. Do you know what it is? It's your obligation. Not just your duty. It's you are obligated to take your knowledge, your experiences in your life and help others, to serve others. And is it okay if you get paid to do that? Absolutely. Because if you're getting paid to do that, can you then help serve more people? Yes. So charge what you're worth. Increase your fee so they take you seriously, so you give them a better service, so you can go on and do it again and again and again. All right, that's my coaching moment. All right, we're just getting started. Here's the agenda for today. Nobody got that? All right, we're just getting started. Introductions. What we're going to do is each of you are going to come up here, and we have to do this very quick because, yes, we got to do it quick. We'll go through it quick. We're going to, each of you come up here, and you're going to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Comfortable with being uncomfortable. Did anybody not get what I just said? Okay, you did not get it, or you got it? Okay. Then we're going to go over the topic of tonight. The 3 business mind hacks to end procrastination and stay motivated every day. You didn't see that, Mike? You didn't do my spell check there. Stay. And then we'll go over next step resources. As savvy entrepreneurs, anytime you go to an event like this one, another workshop, a seminar, or read a book, anytime you expand yourself one level, you should always be thinking, what is my next step? What is going to take me to the next level? Because how many of you in here can say, with all honesty, you are absolutely 100% perfect right now? You know everything there is to know. Just that fourth runner. That's right. So do you agree, we said this in the onset, that you can continually always improve from where you are today? Is there always room? The thing is, my mentor really drove this deep because my mentor leads by example. He taught me NLP. He taught me how to speak from stage. He gave me the tools I needed. And he, as he is building his business to help train and serve other entrepreneurs, himself is going to the next level. The next level for him was going at one of the levels, he continues to do so since then, was to go attend a workshop that was 30 days in length. And he's already very successful. He's an entrepreneur. He wants to serve more. He wants to serve better. He wants to expand and leave a bigger footprint, if you will, on the planet. So for you, it's always thinking, what is my next step? Yes, is there going to be money involved for these things? Of course. But look at Chris. Remember that example. Does money matter? Is it ever about the money? Never. So when you're given an opportunity in front of you and you have a decision to make, there's that one magical word. And that one word could be one or another. But whichever one you choose, one of those is the right one. And the other one will just keep you where you are. How many of you are ready to change, starting today? Seriously? We'll find out. There will be a test at the end. I'm not kidding. So I want to ask your permission for something. Have you gotten value so far? Yes. Oh, good. Now, and Chris gave some value in the beginning. Yes. I mean, this is value packed already. Thank you. I want to ask you, if I continue to give you value, even more value than you just gotten right now, would it be okay with you if I spent 10 minutes to make you an amazing offer? And whether or not you take it is perfectly fine with me. It's your decision. Would that be okay? Would you be okay with that? And I will ask you when that time comes. Would that be all right? So we're clear and upfront, transparent. Is that okay? Do you like that? Does that feel good? Feel better than someone just coming in on the back end and saying, "Nah, I got something for you." So the thing is, as you're listening to me, this isn't about me, remember? Who's this about? Who's this about? It's about you, yes? How can you integrate these kinds of approaches in your business? Being upfront, being transparent, having a little fun, showing your personality, if you have one. And that was not meant for anybody in this room. I kid you not. That was just kind of funny. It just came out. You all have amazing personalities. So, let's move on. Oh, and then we're going to end it up with a mastermind session. We all have pieces of paper. We're going to turn them over. Going to turn your piece of paper over because up next, and we're going to have to do this really rapid fire because we got a nice big group here, is introductions. Each one of you in turn, one at a time, we will let you know, will come up, and you're going to say 3 things. Who are you? That means your name. That's it. I don't want to hear your life story. I was born in 1937, and my grandpapa, he raised me, and I was born in Lancaster. What do you do? What is your business? Your passion, if you don't have that yet, if you don't have a business. What do you want to do if you don't have it yet? Quick. And Mary, you'll be first so you can give them a good example. Does that sound good? Ladies first, too. Mary, she's a phenomenal young lady. She's been absolutely transformed, and we'll talk about that later. And then, what is your biggest challenge currently? In that, what you do. Not, well, I have a difficult time getting out of bed in the morning because, the dog next door barks all night and it makes me, I can't sleep. No, what is your biggest challenge related to what you do? And the reason for this is everyone else will be taking notes. They'll take down your name and your business that you're working on, or your passion, and what is your biggest challenge that you are currently attempting to overcome. And you will all write all this information down for each of your partners, and we are all partners. We're all teammates. Understood? Are you all willing to do this for each other? Because at the end, the very end of tonight, we will come back to that mastermind session. And we'll go around the table, time permitted, because we're going to have to go quick, and address each of your biggest challenges. So start thinking about that now, because that could be the biggest thing that's holding you back that could be solved tonight. It could be. Not guaranteeing anything. But someone in this room might have a resource for you that can help you get to the next level. It's not always me. It's definitely not always me. I don't know everything. We have a great group of life experience people in here from all venues, from early on to later on. And I'm one of the later ons, just so I put that right in life, right? So great. So Mary, what we're going to do, so we're on Facebook Live. I hope it's still going. Are we still going good? So I'm going to take this microphone off. I'd prefer you not do a mic drop. Mic, no mic drop. Or I'll drop mic. So, no, just kidding. There's a green dot on this when you grab it. Green dot toward you and right up by your mouth. Does everybody get that? I know there'll be 5 of you that go, hi, my name is blah, 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 blah. And then the green dot will be out like this. Up here close to your mouth. This is training for you. Stand and be present. Stand. Be still. Present. Right? Strength. All of it. And just do it. Who are you? What do you do? What's your biggest challenge? And every time we bring somebody up, everybody else show them love. And we do that by giving them a huge round of applause. You ready? All right. First up, we have Mary Roberts.
Get Bob. Local business. I have a local business that's called the Party Queens. I'm co-owner of the Party Queens, and our biggest challenge, we do parties from home to outside venue to office, you name it, we can do it. And the biggest problem we're having right now is consistent customers that will keep getting this same service over, having annual events for them, just repeat customers.
Okay, so you're getting one-time customers but not repeat. And you would like to make that a repeat customer business because it's easier to retain customers that you've already had once than it is to get new ones.
Yes.
Cool. Let's give Mary a big round of applause. So everybody wrote that down, yes? Name, what she's doing, and her biggest challenge. And before you finish writing, Larry, you're next. Come on up. Everyone, Larry.
I'm Larry Nardini, and what do? I'm a retired computer technician, but during my retirement, I've been working with a Southern Gospel group as a singer, going to different churches and experiencing how the audience react. And my dream is, though, I want to create a service to the people in the entertainment field here in the AV area. Recording choirs, recording, I can produce those. So if you ever know of anybody that can do that, want that, I want to build this business up.
To be clear, what is your biggest challenge to do?
And the biggest challenge is right now is just getting the financial resources, but with this story, Chris's story, I think I can overcome.
Let's show them some love. I know you're writing. Good job. You're all taking notes. I love seeing that. We're going to go around the table. So, Terry, you are up. Let's show Terry some love.
Hi, my name is Terry Roth. I'm in the financial planning business of life insurance. I've been doing this since 2003, and I help people plan for their retirement as well as short-term plans. My biggest challenge lately has been expanding my market base here in the Antelope Valley, finding new clients. And I have gone outside to an outside company, and it's been very beneficial to what I've been doing with them.
All right, so you all got his biggest challenge, yes? Everybody got that? All right, thank you. Good job. Yeah, Terry. Woo! All right, remember, Mike, if you drop the mic, I'm going to drop another mic. So, just saying, I'm kidding. We're having fun. He's my buddy. This is my brother by another mother. This, everybody, is Mr. Mike. Is it Chavez or Chavez?
It's Chavez.
Chavez. All right, everybody give him some love. Mike Chavez.
Can you push the green button?
No, just point it.
Okay. Hi, everybody. My name is Mike Chavez, and I'm a stay-at-home father, daddypreneur, and marketing businesses. And my biggest challenge right now is, since I am a stay-at-home father, is structuring my day, and time management is huge for me, especially with a 3, 5, and 7-year-old. So that is my biggest challenge.
That's a big one. Yes, thank you, Mike. Everybody show him some love. Yes, for writing. I know, and a challenge for you is to finish writing fast enough so you can give him love, and I understand that, and I appreciate that. So thank you for writing those notes copiously. Yes, Chris. Let's bring up the man, the myth, the legend, Chris.
All right, so I was up here before. You guys know what I do. So let me just give you one of my biggest challenges right now. I'm actually having some trouble because I got behind on my taxes, right? So right now I really, really need to expand this business. But if I hire somebody, suddenly the IRS is going to start taking money out of my bank account. I'm on a payment plan right now, and that's working out. But if I hire somebody, suddenly the payment plan has to be null and void. So that's the biggest challenge I'm having right now. But let me just give you a little tip about speaking on the microphone and nerves and confidence and stuff like that. One of the best things I ever did was on that website, that karaoke website that I was telling you guys about. I had like 1,200 songs recorded on there, and it's videos of me. Best things I ever did, because when you look at those things that none of your friends are going to tell you about, right? Your friends are like, oh, you looked great. You were fantastic. Man, I look like I'm taking a crap with that face. What am I doing? What's wrong with that? Why am I doing that? And then you stop making that face, and suddenly everything is better. But your friends won't tell you this, because they're all going to tell you that you're wonderful and you're great, and they're not going to be really critical like you are. So record yourself like Mike does. He can look back at those videos all the time and see what he's doing right and wrong, and you can really be more critical of yourself. It's a great thing now.
Biggest challenge needs financial planning and help. All right, up next we have Chelsea. Give her a big hand. She's got a long way to come.
Hello, my name is Chelsea Franco, and I own Sparkling Cleaning Services. So we do commercial and residential cleaning services, and right now I'm working with the SBA to land contracts, government contracts. So we're working on certifications. I've been very successful with it so far, but I need to make connections. So I need to know where to go. I've been thinking about taking golfing classes, or I just need to know where to go to meet the right people, to make the right connections. So once the certifications are done, I can get to know the right people so I can land the contracts. Mm-hmm.
I know of several people in the room right now that have resources for you. Several. So you're in good hands, Chelsea. All right. Up next, the grizzled, the fit, Dharma Punasami. I love saying your name, by the way.
Thank you. Awesome. Hi, my name is Dharma Punasami. Business, so I'm an online marketing manager. And my biggest challenge I'm facing right now is when I meet with these small business owners, they don't take me seriously because of my age. And that's the biggest thing I'm running into right now.
Okay, excellent. Thank you, Dharma. Yes. Yeah, you're writing. Good, good. That's a beautiful thing. And so you have the exact opposite limiting belief that I had, that you think it's about your age. And you will soon find that you will overcome that easily and effortlessly. It's not about your age. It's about how you present yourself, your self-belief, what they are seeing in you, that you can change and will change by going through one of the processes tonight. And if you decide to go farther and take that next step, you can do it even more and get even closer to that level of success you desire and deserve. All right, he knows he's next. He saw me eyeball him. Yeah, Dwayne, everybody give it up.
My name's Dwayne Hill. I'm the entrepreneur of an online environmentally safe shopping club, and my biggest challenge is staying motivated, staying in the moment, keeping that motivation. You know, because I have sparks, and I'll go for a couple hours, man. I'm calling everybody, I'm making appointments, and then all of a sudden I'm like, yeah, no, I'm good. You know. So yeah, I just got to keep that motivation going because I'm trying to change the way, you know, that I've been doing things for so long, and it's hard to change it. So.
Excellent. Give him a big hand. Big hand, Wayne. Oh, what a that! I tell you, that's your smile. That is beautiful, radiant, huge. Oh my! For Kalia.
My name is Khalil White. I'm a real estate agent. My biggest challenge is like Dharma's is being taken seriously as a young entrepreneur and as a young real estate agent. Also, taking myself to my fullest potential is one of the biggest challenges.
All right. I think Dharma and Kalia are going to be working together soon. Maybe, maybe not. Good, good. So you notice there's a transparency going on here and authenticity? And we're a family. You guys are feeling it, right? You know that what happens here stays here, except for you want to shout it to the world. Oh, they're not going to share it on Facebook. You're not going to share this, right? No. But as an entrepreneur community, if they're still with us now, they're part of the family, right? If they stuck with us this long, in family with an exclamation point, maybe some hearts and loves and likes and all that. So it's a beautiful thing, right? To be in this community of like-minded people. How would you like to continue forward with a community like that on a regular basis, a more regular basis? Have mentorship, have coaching, you know, like Chris is talking about with giving free coaching, giving advice, giving paid-for coaching and mentorship for those that you know will give you the results that you seek, that you desire, and that you deserve. All right, so let's go on with Tara, everybody. Tara.
Hello, I'm Dr. Tara Shields. I am an owner of an optometry practice, the Antelope Valley Optometric Center. And I guess my biggest challenge is finding the right employees that have the same passion for my patients that I do and that want to be lifetime team members with me.
Beautiful. Wow. Yeah, we could spend a good amount of time, on a good way, talking about that, discussing that, how to improve that. So phenomenal. All right, cuz. Yes. You're up. This is my cousin, Robin. Let's go.
Hi, everyone. My name is Robin Dagan, and I actually am a certified health coach. And I guess that my biggest challenge in this area would be finding clients who need to be awakened on their health. A lot of people have desires to get healthier, and I'm looking for those people who are looking for me because they'll have a coach for life. So.
Thank you, Robin. So it's about marketing, getting the word out, maybe a little branding.
Yes.
Are you online or offline or both?
I have a website.
In your business, do you operate one-on-one or online or both? Okay. 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 So more online, so it's remote. Perfect. I love it. Excellent, excellent. Good job to all of you. Give yourselves a big hand. You got up here. Good job. And like Chris said, and it's true, no matter how many times you do this, there is that little part of you that's a little nervous, even if you're a grizzled veteran. Real quick story. How many of you remember a gentleman by the name of Johnny Carson? Not everybody does, and I get that. How many remember a gentleman by the name of Jay Leno? We're getting closer. How about Jimmy Fallon? All right, cool. So he hosts this show called The Tonight Show. Jimmy Fallon does. Before him, his predecessor was Jay Leno, who still has a show, but it's not a comedy show anymore. Jay Leno's Garage, I love it. And before him was a gentleman named Johnny Carson. And what they did was every night, just like a job, they went out on stage in front of a studio audience of maybe 200 or 300, but a television audience of millions. Millions. And they went out, and this guy was amazing, incredibly talented comedy. It was basically talk show, did interviews. He confided Remember Ed McMahon? He was the guy that would introduce him. Here's Johnny. Have you ever heard that? Wow. Okay. I thought I'd get something with that one. He admitted that standing behind the curtain right before that happened, his knees were knocking and he was terrified. He'd been doing this his entire adult life for a living, and he was damn good at it. And so is it okay if you're a little bit nervous coming up here and standing in front of 500 million people on Facebook and the 30 that are in this room? Is it okay that you're a little nervous? Yes. So own it and love it, because you know you're on the right path when you're starting to feel that. When you start feeling uncomfortable, that's when you know you're on the right path. That's when you know you're on the right path. If you're comfortable, are you progressing anywhere forward? No, you're staying comfortable where you are right now. That remote's sitting over there and you're not getting up to pick it up. So get comfortable being uncomfortable. So you all did a fantastic job at doing that. Let's get into the 3 business mind hacks to end procrastination and stay motivated every day. Who wants to end procrastination? Who wants to do it tonight? All right. So this is your mind. There are 2 parts to your mind. There's a conscious mind, which is responsible for what you are thinking right now. Your conscious thinking. You're listening. You're aware of what you can hear. You hear the fan outside the door. You can see the green in the room. You can hear my voice. You're thinking. You're writing. That's your conscious mind. That comprises 5% of your total brain. 5% of your total brain. The unconscious mind, that is your unconscious thinking. Your unconscious thinking. That comprises 95% of your mind, of your brain. Which of those 2, by any stretch, you guys are pretty smart people, which of those 2 would seem to you to be supremely more powerful than the other? Which is the most powerful? Unconscious. It's kind of obvious with this, right? What does the unconscious brain do? It does a lot. Your brain. This is your brain. It's your attitude. And your inner voices that cause your attitudes. Your memory and learnings are stored there. Your emotions. Remember we talked about anger, about fear. There are 5 major negative emotions that will hold an entrepreneur back that are stored in your subconscious. Your behaviors. When you come home, how are you present? Well, that's due to your unconscious mind. Your reality. How do you perceive reality? Your perception of reality is highly likely a different perception than the person next to you. Yet you call it reality. It's real. And we're going to go over this in a little more detail, that one right there. And your healing and body maintenance. How many of you right now are consciously, you're thinking it and you're making it happen, and you're saying, okay, heart, beat, 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 and it's actually answering and beating for you. How many of you are doing that? Raise your hand. I taught you to raise your hand, and you're doing a good job by not raising it, Mike. Yeah, good. It's not. What's doing that? Your subconscious brain. Do you think your subconscious brain loves you? Yeah, it's keeping you alive, maybe just a little bit. It loves you, and it loves to change, and it loves to change quickly, and that's what you're going to learn tonight. It's also the part of your brain that, let's say you get a little nick on your arm, and it's bleeding. Are you sitting there and saying, all right, scab over now. Do it now, form platelets, and scab over, start healing thyself. Are you doing that consciously? What's doing it? Is it magic? Or could it just be your subconscious brain is doing the healing for you? Right? It's that part of your brain that has negated the feeling of your butt in your chairs. And now you have become aware of that feeling of your butt in your chairs, haven't you? Exactly. It's that part of your brain that had negated the feeling of your feet on the floor, wherever they be sitting right now. And now you're completely aware of where those feet are. And miraculously, you're probably completely forgot already by now about your butt in that seat. That's the subconscious mind. That's a very high-level explanation of it. It goes very deep. It's very powerful. How would you like to know how to reprogram your subconscious mind to get you better results in life? Through a proven science that some of us have already experienced before, right, Mary and Mike? Yes, that's right. Well, here we go. What is it called? It's called neuro-linguistic programming. What is NLP? What is NLP? It is, it says it equals unleash your potential. What it truly is in one sentence, NLP is the science of success. The science of success. It was developed by 2 gentlemen, Richard Bandler and John Grinder. And Richard had a background in philosophy and psychology. John in linguistics, and they both worked at a university together. And that was at the University of California, Santa Cruz, and it's known as the birthplace of NLP. We're talking around 40 years ago. That's it from now, not long ago. That NLP was birthed by these two gentlemen. One of these two gentlemen really took off and started really promoting NLP all over the world, and he's written several books. I would write these down, or in fact, instead of doing that, I want to give you another gift. I have a library, a personal library of 30 books that I have personally read that have really catapulted my success. Does anybody want to know what those are? Do you want to model success? Do you want to find, or would you rather hunt and peck and read and waste time on those that you're not even sure are going to help you? Would you like those 30 for free? I'll just tell you where they're at. You don't get the books for free, but you get to know what they are. And I'm not making money on this. It's called reachyourpeaklibrary.com. There's a little video there that'll explain the whole thing. These books are on there. So here's what Richard Bandler said. In life, you are given a bag of moments. You don't know how many of those moments you have. None of us do, right? Learning NLP is about maximizing those moments. How many of you want to maximize your time on earth? How many of you want to maximize tonight? Every moment. That's the way to think, right? Every moment, not just, I want to maximize my time on earth. No, every moment. Every moment. You like that voice, Kalia? I saw that smile. When you want new results, look at this. When you want new results, it requires what? New thinking. Remember we started off, your thoughts created exactly where you are today. This is the creator of a science that's very successful, been around 40 years. Good feelings, good decisions. Bad feelings, bad decisions. If you know how the brain works, you can set your own directions. If you don't, then someone else will. How many of you want someone else to set your directions? Some of you are already allowing that to happen right now, and that's okay. Remember, this is a snapshot in time of your life today. When would now be the right time to set it in the right course? And to start learning the tools and resources at an advanced level. We go much deeper into this in the Reach Your Peak Summit 2-day live event that some of you will have the opportunity to come and witness. Mary's been to it. Mike is going to it. There's no doubt. Absolutely. And it's a life-changing event. And what you will do is learn at a deeper level how NLP works in your brain. You don't just sit and learn and take notes all night. You will experience it, as you will tonight. You'll get one little tidbit, look into it, and it's an amazing, extremely powerful tidbit. Here is the first mind hack, perceptual position. How many of you have ever been sitting, let's say you're sitting across the table from somebody, and you're going and you're angry, you're kind of messed up, and you're angry, and you're voicing your opinion to them. And you can actually visualize and see it right now in your own body, in your mind's eye. You're going, rah, 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 and you're upset with somebody. Can anybody remember that? So you're completely what's called associated with the moment because you're in your body, you're seeing it and hearing it from your own eyes, from your own mind, in your body, seeing them, remembering those feelings, and those feelings usually aren't good. You know what you heard, you saw what you saw, and you've got the whole thing just plain in vivid color. Now, what if you were to be able to basically, let's use you, Larry, you sat up front, good job, just you can stay there, but think about virtually getting up out of your body, walking over, and sitting in the chair of that person that you were at. And now, watch yourself through their eyes. You see where that's going? Now, you're discharging that emotion just a little bit. That emotion isn't as high when you're looking at yourself, and you might be going, wow, I was kind of not right. Rude, right. Yeah, so you took a different perception, and that's now changing how you felt about that situation, is it not? So now let's take it a step further. Okay, come back, sit in your seat virtually. Now you're going to get up, and you're going to walk out here, out the door. You stay there. And right here is a glass wall. You cannot hear anything from outside. You're going to walk out there and look in. You can see this guy animated and this person on the other side reacting. And now you're so disassociated. This is called disassociation. Now how do you perceive that? Is there any emotion involved? Is it greatly dissipated? Do you feel the same feelings from this position? Looking in on yourself, but not hearing. You don't even know what he's saying, but you can see he's kind of like going off. And what are you thinking about that when you see that? Like someone else who's doing that, right? Do you see how disassociating yourself farther and farther away from a past event can actually help you to deal with that past event? So think about that. How can you practice this? The next time you're in a situation that maybe you didn't like, that you were involved in, can you then, well, I wonder what it looks like through their eyes. And then you go, oh my, I was kind of a jerk, or whatever it is, right? I could have really handled that a different way. And then to go to the next stop and go all the way outside where you can't even hear it, but you can see yourself animated. Like, wow, that person's really flying off the handle. I wonder what the heck's going on there. But now that you've disassociated yourself from the situation, you can alter your memory of it, and so you can act better in the future going forward. You can train yourself. Is that cool? The answer is yes. Good. You guys are all thinking about it. Were you all like outside of your body right then? Looking from, cool. Wow, you guys are great. This is going to be fun. Submodalities, these are very, very important. Well, that's small. Internal representation, IR. What that is, the content of our thinking. It includes pictures when we think. It includes sounds, what we hear. It includes feelings. It can include taste, if we're tasting something. Smells, if there is a smell involved. And there's self-talk, what's going on inside, more sound, right? So that's your internal representation is made up of what are called, modalities and submodalities. And so what we have here is a very complex looking chart, but it's simple. We'll break it down. We have an external event that we witness. It's either through sight, through sound, through feeling. And what it does, it comes through into our brain, and it goes through this series of filters that we have in our brain. We are either deleting, distorting, or generalizing every event that comes through our awareness. And it could be going through language, memories, meta programs, values and beliefs, attitudes, everything that we have stored in our subconscious, it's being filtered. And what happens is that filter causes our own internal representation of what that actually was. So we're actually taking an actual event and distorting, generalizing, and deleting and coming up with our own representation. Are you following? You got that? Good. And that's your concept. Exactly. And what that does is that causes an emotional state. Whether it's a good state or a bad state, but you are now in an emotional state. As a result of all of this filtering, coming into our own perception of reality, internal representation, that causes a state. And what happens and emanates from a state, an emotion? A behavior, which is an action. Yes, thoughts, beliefs, emotions, actions. You get it. And the cool thing is that you'll learn right now, physiology, your body, how you're sitting right now has a direct impact to your emotional state right now. Right now. I want everybody, put your stuff down, put your pens down. I want you to slump over. I want you to actually slump down in your chair, put your head down. I want you to right now, get very depressed. Seriously, do it. Get depressed. You have to play full out. Go all the way, whatever it takes. If you're going to cry, cry. Get depressed. Do it. Everyone has to do this. And do it seriously. Do it seriously. Let's go. Get depressed. I mean, get depressed. It's not going to feel good. That's okay. We'll break out of it in a moment. Get depressed. Everybody there? Okay, good. All right, snap out. Boom. Now, everybody sit up straight. This is the most exciting movie you've ever seen. You're sitting forward, you're smiling. It's a phenomenal comedy, and it's funny. Everybody laugh. Wow, God, that's so funny. And you're smiling, and you remember, you're smiling. You're like, wow, that's the greatest thing ever. You're smiling, you're up front. And so now I want you to keep that smile. Keep that smile. Everybody smile big right now. I mean smile like you, Dahlia, that big smile. Show those teeth. Let's smile. Everybody, serious, smile. Keep it. Now, while you're smiling, don't stop smiling. Get depressed. Smile hard. Get depressed. Do it. Get depressed. I don't see anybody getting depressed. You're not following my directions. Smile. Smile hard. Do it now. Now get depressed. Go. Get depressed. No, smile. You have to smile. It's impossible, yes? That's your proof. Your physiology directly affects your mental state. The mind and body are a team from every aspect that you look at it. Is that cool? So when you're in an environment like this, if you're sitting back and you're kind of like not participating, do you think you're learning as much as you could versus if you're sitting forward and attentive? That's right. I've been watching you all night. Yes. I know which of you have been paying attention, and those have been naughty, and those have been nice. Yes. It's all right. Snapshot in time. You're all learning now, right? So we have three major modalities. Visual, that's what we see. Auditory, what we hear. Kinesthetic, what we feel inside. Those three modalities are what shape your state. So how we encode and give the meaning to this is how we encode and give meaning to our internal representation, our view of reality. That's what these are doing, your submodalities. And what you can do, the good news is you can change these submodalities so that it would change the meaning of that internal representation. If you have a reality that you don't like, how would you like to change that to something you do like? And do it using a proven science that's permanent. That works every single time. All you have to do, this is the hard part, all you have to do, and we're going to do it in a moment, is follow instructions. That's it. It's really easy, isn't it, Mary? It takes very little time, doesn't it, Mike? And it works, doesn't it, both of you? Absolutely. It's phenomenal. You guys getting excited yet? And it's going to be fun. We're going to have fun with it. So I know I'm getting, raising my voice and getting serious, but it is serious because I take you seriously. I take your success, your results, your relationships seriously. It means a lot to me. That's why I love to do what I get to do. All right. So here's a breakdown. So here's a submodalities of the visual modality. Are we following along? I know there's a lot of technical terms here. So black and white is a color. Is it a visual? Is it near or far? Is it bright or is it dim? Location, where is it in your mind's eye? Is it close? Is it far away? Size of the picture you've made in your mind. Is it big right in front of you? Is it distant and smaller? Or maybe distant and big? Associated or disassociated? When you come up with that picture, are you in the picture as if you're looking out of your own eyes? Then you're associated. If you're looking at yourself in another movie, then it's disassociated. You get that? And we don't have to know all these tonight because we're not going to cover all this tonight, but it gives you a good background of how this beautiful thing called NLP works. Is it focused, like you can see it, or is it a little blurry, maybe defocused? Is the focus steady, or is it pulsating, maybe blurry and in and out? Framed or panoramic? Is it a picture frame, or can you see it all around you? That image in your mind. Is it moving, or is it a still picture? Because you can have action. And then when it comes to auditory, location, where's it coming from? What direction? Is it in your head, or is it coming from outside your head? Is it coming from your mouth, or is it coming out and into your ear? That's internal, external. Is it loud, or is it soft? Is it fast, or is it slow? Is it high pitch, or is it low pitch? And tonality and timbre, those are musical terms you probably know about. I'll let you explain those at some other time. Kinesthetic, feeling. Every feeling we have has a location. It has a location in your body. When you're feeling depressed, when you're feeling like lousy, typically that feeling is down in our gut and it's like a knot. Anybody experienced that before? And typically when you're feeling good, empowered, and confident, it tends to elevate and raise into our chest maybe. Yeah? So there's a location of your feeling. What's the size of it? Is it a little lump, big lump, nice big size up here? What is it? Shape. What's the shape? Whatever your subconscious provides to you, that's the right answer. There is no right answer. Well, there is only one right answer, and that's what your subconscious gives you. Doesn't matter what everyone else's shape is, or size or location. Intensity. Is it really intense? Is it steady or is it moving? Oftentimes our feelings will spin. Literally will spin inside of us. And movement, and how long is that feeling hanging out? So you got that, right? This is all setting you up for this wonderful process we're about to all encounter together. So remember, changing the can change the meaning of your IR, your internal representation, your reality. And then how could that impact your results going forward? Only magnificently. All right, here we go. This is it. The swish pattern. Now we're having real fun. Swish patterns. This creates momentum toward a compelling future. How many of you want to have a compelling future? That means a good future, for anyone who didn't translate compelling. A really good, compelling future. Create momentum. How many want momentum toward a compelling? Yeah, because when you get momentum, you start going faster, faster, faster. It installs in your brain, programs in your brain, choices for a new way of life. And the beautiful thing is your subconscious mind is going to do this for you. All you have to do is follow my lead. It's simple. It's really simple. And it's fun. So I want everyone to think, and this is just an example, but I want you to think of a time that you were procrastinating. You were in the act of procrastinating. Go back to that time now. If you have to, in fact, go ahead and close your eyes. Go ahead and close your eyes. Just close your eyes. It's wide awake. This is fully conscious the whole time through this whole process. Close your eyes. Go back to a time when you know you were procrastinating. And just recognize what that looked like. See yourself in the picture. What did that feel like? And make a nice big picture of it like you see on the screen, big size. And in your mind's eye, put that up in front of you, real close, and make it pretty big. If everyone has their picture, I want to hear yes. Does anybody not have their picture? Good. Go ahead and open your eyes. Enough time on that. Now, I want you to envision the future you, the confident you, the one that has reached that level of success that you both desire and deserve. Maybe you're speaking on stage like this young lady who is in front of a big crowd receiving a big raging ovation for doing a phenomenal job because of all the hard work she put in. Whatever what does your body look like? I mean, think of what you want to attain, what you want yourself to look like, feel like, act like, achieve, all of it put together. Go ahead and close your eyes and have fun with this and really, really make it a beautiful picture of you. What does your body look like? Is it chiseled? Is it thin? Is it firm? That's right. Yes, it is. And what are you doing? And I would venture to say you have a big smile going on, or you have a big sense of accomplishment and confidence brewing inside of you. Notice how that feels. Really notice how that feels. What do you look like? What do you see? What do you hear? What do you feel? And really dive into that. Good. Does everybody have that picture, big and vivid? Say yes if you do. Good. All right, go ahead and open your eyes. So the beautiful thing with the swish pattern is what we're going to do is take that image of our procrastinating self and switch it out with our future, very compelling future self. And we're going to do this several times in rapid succession. And so I'll give you a little animation. What we're going to do, and I'll walk you through this, so don't do this now. We will all close our eyes, and you're going to bring up that picture of procrastination right there in front of you. Right in your face, right? You're going to see that. You already have that. And then what you're going to then do is put that empowered you, that successful you, smaller and dimmer and down away. Okay, everybody got that? In your mind's eye. Your eyes will be closed. You got a big procrastinator, and you got a little success machine right there. Okay? And then what we're going to do is I'm going to count down. I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, swish. And at that moment, you're going to take your hand. You're going to take your hand out. You can all do this now if you want to practice. You're going to grab onto that little picture. Our eyes are open right now. We know the other picture's right here. And when I say 1, 2, 3, swish, you're going to pull it forward fast, and it's going to shatter the procrastination picture. And as you bring it forward fast, it's going to grow bigger, brighter, and vibrant, and the colors are just going to jump off the chart. It's going to be more brilliant than you even imagined just a moment ago. Do you get that? And you're going to do this very quickly and instantly, and we're going to do it repetitively. Okay, so it'll be something like this. 1, 2, 3, swish, gone, and it's replaced. And then we'll do it again. We'll close our eyes, we'll open our eyes, close them again. You're going to reach out with your hand. You're going to grab that picture, 1, 2, 3, swish, and you're going to do it fast, a lot faster than this is showing you animated. Do you get that? Are you ready to do this? This is all there is to it. I told you it's simple. It's really that simple. Who's ready to do this? Raise your hand. Who's ready to end procrastination now and forever? Woo! Yeah. Okay. All right, everybody close your eyes, put your pens down. Have fun with this. Just have a good time. Reach out with your hand. Grab that smaller, dimmer picture of your compelling future self. Go ahead, grab that. And at the count of 3, when I tell you, you're going to bring it up quickly and completely shatter that image of the procrastinating you, and it's going to be replaced with this beautiful, bright, vibrant, colorful, compelling you. Ready? 1, 2, 3, swish! Good. Open your eyes. Okay, close your eyes. Put your hand back down. Bring up that procrastinating self right in front of your face once again. Grab that compelling future self, that dim one, that smaller one down. And on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3, swish! Good. Open your eyes and close your eyes. Reach on down to that small picture. Going to replace the big picture. 1, 2, 3, swish! And open your eyes and close your eyes. Put that hand out. Grab the compelling future. And 1, 2, 3, swish! Good. Open your eyes. Close your eyes. Reach out, grab the small picture. 1, 2, 3, swish! Good. Open your eyes. Close your eyes. Reach out. 1, 2, 3, swish! Open your eyes. Close your eyes. Reach out. 1, 2, 3. Swish. Open your eyes. Close your eyes. Reach out. 1, 2, 3. Swish. Open your eyes. Now, what do you think about, how does that feel when you think about that picture of procrastination? What's that? Who said, what? I heard gone? Gone. It's bright. It's gone. It's pushed away. He's laughing at it. I could see the change in every one of you. Every one of you started smiling. Every single one of you. The more we went through that. Here's the beautiful thing. Let's say tomorrow or maybe next week, you find yourself procrastinating again. That could happen. You have the tool now. All you have to do is repeat this until it becomes permanent. Because for some people, it takes more repetition. That's okay. Is that cool? Is that life-changing? And we just did one tiny process that NLP has given us that is available to us. And by the way, we don't even go, this is a bonus because I do not take my students, the audience, through this during my live event. Do I, Mary? We don't do the swish pattern in our event, right? No. So you'll experience even more life-changing NLP processes, just like the one that propelled me into going into a live television show. It didn't cause me to get the television show. You get that, right? It caused me to make that decision quickly without any hesitation or resistance. Process is just like that. Was that hard? No. Yeah. And all you did phenomenal, by the way. You followed instructions. So good job. So did you get value? Have I given you value tonight? Do I have your permission to make you an amazing offer that you can decide either one way or the other? Either way is fine with me. Is that okay? Yes. Everybody's good? Yes. Okay, I need everybody's approval. All right. So I have what's coming up, a 2-day signature live event called the Reach Your Peak Summit. August 26th and 27th. If you have a calendar, Google or otherwise, this is something I do. This is training. This is a training moment. Put this down in your calendar now. If there's any part of you that thinks, man, this would be cool, I want to learn more, any part of you, with no hesitation, resistance, no analytics, just put it in your calendar as if it already is your appointment. Anything from this point forward, and not just me, anything you see that looks compelling, that has a date associated with it, get in the habit of putting it in your calendar. That way nothing else can push it out, because later when you leave here tonight, you'll go, oh yeah, I kind of remember that. It was amazing, but the emotional charge is gone. You now know that this is the right thing to do. You know it's the right next step to take. And that's when you should take that massive immediate action every single time. If you let time take away from what you know is right, then you just won't progress forward in the way you know you want to. Does that make sense? Yeah. All right, cool. So we're going to start off with yours truly by building the foundation. This is the event. You're going to learn how to gain 4 hours of productivity every day. This is measured and proven. I have clients that have told me they measured it. They said, what I used to do in 8 hours, I can now do in 4, Brian. And he didn't even go through the entire program with me yet at that time. He finished it, but he had already started gaining 4 hours. The 3 keys to unlocking your peak performance. How many of you would like to learn how to become mentally and physically at your top level of peak performance at all times? Well, that's what we go through in detail in this live event. You'll learn how to reprogram your brain to instantly change your harmful behaviors into empowering behaviors that serve you, similar to what we just did tonight and more. And more. Who wants more NLP? Was that fun? Was that cool? I saw a shift in every one of you. That was amazing. Experience how to overcome your self-limiting beliefs permanently. I'm never too old to do anything because I know the tools and processes to eliminate that previous limiting belief I had. Here's the thing. Here's a secret. Did you know that even the most successful people on the planet, even those that are well-versed in NLP, still get limiting beliefs that crop up in their brain? Yeah. The difference is being aware, number one, that limiting belief just cropped up, and number two, having the tool to re-decide that limiting belief, to pull that weed out of the garden and plant it with a beautiful rose. And do that with NLP instantly as you just did tonight and permanently. And every time a new one comes up, you just reenact the tool. Take out that tool and use it. Make sense? Yep. Pretty amazing. How to release the number one negative emotion that's been causing resistance and holding you back from achieving ultimate success. That is the process, the very process, when I first went through it as an attendee at another event, that resulted in my saying that one word that put me on a television show, live morning show. You will go through that, experience it just as you did here tonight. And that is probably one of the most liberating exercises you will have gone through in your life until now. Would you agree? Yeah. One word that will set you on a focused path to success. Some of you can guess what that word is. But what is that one word for you? What is that one word for you that will set you on a focused path to success? And don't take that lightly. That word is powerful. When you make a habit of using it for your betterment, knowing that it's right for you, always just say it. Yeah, it costs money. I'll have to spend time. That doesn't even enter. Yes, this makes sense. It's in my calendar. I'm going. And this applies for everything, not just for the event. Everything you do in life, going from tonight on. Remember, you all promised. You promised. It's on Facebook. We got to record it. We can play it back later. That you are going to take what you learn here and put it in action immediately. And it gets better. So you won't just see this guy on stage all 2 days. And that's good. Variety is good. Even I will say that. Even though I know I'm pretty handsome and good. No. So we have, this is an amazing gentleman, Anthony Gary. He's head of a company called Digital Strategic Marketing. Hey, Anthony, if you're watching, he said he might get on. He's in San Diego, or he'd be here tonight. Thomas Gary, his nephew, and Marlon Ruby, a Marine. Never say former Marine, just saying. He is a genius, and they together are an impeccable, immovable, unbelievable marketing machine. I do business with Anthony on nearly a daily basis. The people that come on my stage, I vetted personally. I know they get results, or I would not have them on my stage talking and teaching you. Does that make sense? Why would I? That would be disrespectful in so many ways. I've seen others just put people on stage just because. Anthony, love you, buddy. So now that he's on, I got to tell a quick story. You can see he's not a white man like me, and this is going to a good place, just so you all know. Yes, a very good place. He's the same age as I am, a little older. I'm sorry, man, but you're a little older, not much. And the crazy thing, when we met for the first time and we started talking, you ever meet somebody that it seems like you're looking in a mirror and talking to somebody that's like, you were thinking the same exact thing that I was. You ever had that? Well, that's him. So when I have him with me, this is fun. I have fun with this. I have my arm around him and I say, hey, this is my really good friend Anthony. Actually, he's not my friend. We are twins, separated at birth. And I love to see the person struggle, like, should I laugh or should I? It causes that little moment of discomfort, and I just have fun with it. And Anthony loves it. He laughs with me. Love you, Anthony. Attracting your ideal market. He and his team will show you how to generate and attract an unlimited amount of highly targeted buying leads for your business. How many of you want leads that actually buy your stuff? Or how many of you just want leads? I don't care if they buy or not. I just want leads. I just want to be able to say I have a massive list and nobody buys from me. I'm cool with that. Nobody wants that, right? You want buying leads. That's what sets Anthony apart and his team, is they attract buying leads. The guy is a genius. Oh, and he agreed to add, for no additional charge, a hands-on workshop during our lunch period, our first day. An hour and a half. Bring your laptops. Hands-on. He will demystify Facebook ads. How many of you have ever looked into a Facebook ad? And for those of you that haven't, I don't blame you. Because they can be daunting, and oftentimes they're difficult to figure out, and more often than not, you're not successful unless you know a proven success recipe like these guys do. They're going to show you exactly how to do that. Is that cool? So now the certainty is coming back into play. Who wants certainty in their business going forward? Who wants certainty in their life? That's what you do. You find somebody that gives you that certainty, and then you model it. That's all it is. It's a simple recipe. Find someone who has the success that you desire, and then model it. As kids, we were brought up in school. Was it okay for me to sit here and look at my cousin's test sheet as she's writing the answers? Was it okay for me to do this during a test in school? Does anybody remember school? No, it would be called cheating. So we were basically not programmed, but we were conditioned. No, that's okay. It's not right. It's not right to cheat. So that's correct, right? But in our heads, we're conditioned. Copying is bad. Copying's bad. I'm not going to copy. Not me. No, I'm a good person. It's all about ego. When you get it to an adult, the only reason you don't copy someone is because it's your ego getting in the way. I can do this. I got this. I got everything I need. Every one of you has all the talents you need to do it on your own. You do. Why would you do that? because you're setting yourself up for burnout. If you're going to do the books and you're going to do the marketing, you're going to do the website development, you're going to do the speaking from stage, you're going to do the interviews, you're going to write the book, you're going to do it all because I can. Oh, yeah, you can. And it will take you upwards of 10 years or more if you ever reach that point of success. Why not whittle that down to 2 to 3 to 5 years? Who would rather reach success in 2 to 3 to 5 versus 10? 2 to 3 to 5, yes? Okay, good. So what we're giving you with this entire live Reach Your Peak Summit in person is the shortcut to success. All in one place. It's like one-stop shopping. Harness the untapped power of Amazon to gain additional customers. Marlon Ruby, expert at Amazon, and putting your products or services up on Amazon and how you can leverage that to further launch and catapult your business. Learn how you can pay once and then benefit forever. So if you pay for an ad, say, for on Facebook, and then that ad runs, they usually have you put a time frame on that. Say you went for 30 days. Now the ad's over. Well, what if somehow people were still seeing your stuff on other websites long after that ad's done? Would that be freaking incredible? That's exactly what he does. Ads he ran for me long ago are resulting in people saying that I am literally stalking them online. Because every website they go, there's Brian's face. Because of what he did. The ad's done. How would you like to know how to do that? Better yet, how would you like to have somebody who knows how to do that, who could do it for you? We were talking about doing it all by yourself, right? Why not leverage and go outside? Learn this and start thinking this way to scale your business. Who needed help with employees? That's one thing for you. Yes, for all of you, not just for one person. You will start alone, but you don't have to go it alone, okay? Yes, it's up to you to make the steps, to take the steps, to go to the next step. It's up to you to make those decisions. But you don't have to go it alone. You have mentors. You have world-class trainers at your beck and call. You have amazing entrepreneurs right here in your community. 5 steps to creating a super successful ad. I mean, I created ads on my own. I've done it, and they flopped miserably. It was just money. I just, little lighter and turned on the bills and just let them flame. He will show you, his team, how to create a super successful ad. And there are components to it that he will break down for you step by step by step. 4 keys to quickly building laser-targeted lists. What are lists? Email lists, right? SMS or text lists. How can you build laser-targeted lists that you can continually contact time and time again through things like autoresponders? Many of you are familiar with autoresponder. Automatically drips emails on you. Well, what if those people that were receiving those messages were laser targeted, meaning they were interested in you already and your product and your service? They're more likely to buy. How would you like to know how to do that? How many of you have ever heard that the money is in the list? The money is in the list. Yeah, it is. The money is in the list. It's not just the size of the list. It's the quality of the list. That's what Anthony and his team will show you how to do. And then it gets even better. You want more? John Kurth. Genius. Amazing man. My friend, and I have also worked with him. I've hired him. He's an amazing man. He will show you how to make your sales language more comprehensive, substantial, and precise. So here you go. You've laid the foundation. You have mind, body, business. You're reaching your peak. You're banging on all cylinders. You're learning advanced marketing techniques. Then we take you through how to craft the sales machine so you can bring in those leads. Those leads are coming to you. They want to buy from you. Well, there's one more step. Now you have to close those leads, or you have to offer them the opportunity, a better positive term, right? Well, those are completely different skill sets. Completely. Sales and closing are completely different. He is the closing master, or the open to the opportunity master. And he does it through, he's also an NLP master, as myself, and he uses that in his language, in his written copy, and his verbal copy. It's amazing. Because of him, you will learn to create winning sales scripts, to authentically deliver, isn't that a beautiful word? Deliver the perfect words and phrases that close sale after sale. What if you didn't have to guess anymore? What if you had right in front of you? What if your assistant that you will hire, are they able to read? If they're not able to read, then you don't hire them. That would be your, can they read? And can they read in a natural way? You just train them. But if they can read a proven script, something that will resonate with that person on the other end of the phone, on the other end of Skype, or in front of them, either way, And if you knew that with more certainty you could close sale after sale because of his mastery, what would that be? What would that be worth to you? Just that alone. I mean, you can't hardly quantify it, right? How to use your highly effective scripts to scale your business. All of you. Whether you've started one, maybe you already have one going and you're flourishing and you already have employees. Well, what's the next step? Again, the next step, scale it even bigger. When you scale bigger, can you serve more people? And as entrepreneurs, do you want to serve more people? All right. Learn the time-tested and proven method for successfully and consistently closing more sales. And so much more. And it's not official yet. It's not official yet, but I have it's like, I'm going to say 90%, and I hope you're watching Jay. There is a gentleman that I have reached out to that I really want to come and be a guest speaker, and is a gentleman that I originally learned NLP from. And this guy is an amazing gentleman, and he will bring an entirely different topic, and I can't give it away now because it's not in stone, but it's NLP based, and it's amazing. I'm so excited for it. He may be added to this list. I'll talk about that later. I was going to say, let's all get on Facebook and friend him and then say, we want you. So to persuade him. But he's got things going on. I just hope beyond hope he can make it. I'm pretty sure he can. I spent 5 hours with him, face to face, kneecap to kneecap, belly to belly, talking with him over this past weekend. We had a nice long meeting. So, I'm so excited. He's an amazing guy. Would you guys like that? Yeah. Yeah, it's awesome. So, summary. We're going to build the foundation, your mind, your body, your business. You're going to learn how to attract your ideal market through the wizardry and genius of Anthony and his team called Digital Strategic Marketing. And then John Kurth will come in and use his genius with the English language and NLP to show you how to win more customers consistently. And hopefully one other gentleman will be added to this list who will take it to the next level. How to sell persuasively and authentically to the point where the other individual won't even know that you're selling something. It is so beautiful and so credible, so integrity-based that you feel good about it, and they will also feel good about it, and they will do nothing but, yes, I want it, because it's right for them. If it's right for them, they'll purchase, right? You don't want to give something to somebody that doesn't need it or want it, but if it's right for them, and you learn the skills that Jay will teach, they will buy. Is that powerful? Is that an all-star lineup? You guys excited? You want to go? Who wants to go? Everybody want to go? All right. Can't see. Don't look. So this entire 2-day live summit, Anthony was actually at the last 2-day live summit as a guest. Anthony, this guy right here, my twin brother. He was there as a guest in the seat, and I asked him, I said, honestly, and this was at a meetup not long ago, I said, Anthony, I want your honest opinion. For that 2 days, knowing what you now know, what you went through, how it impacted your business, what would you put a ticket to this event? What value would you put on it, if you could come up with one, if you were to know? And he actually thought for a moment. He said, well, I'd say about $997, about $1,000. I said, okay, good. That's good to know. So then I said, okay, I need to charge people 10 times that. So you guys ready for 10 times that? No. And I'm not going to do that. You're not going to pay $997. You're not even going to pay half of that. A fraction of that. For you tonight, for those that commit, that say that one word that will compel you into success faster than you ever imagined, tonight, if you do take action right now, $97 for a ticket. You will walk out of here with a ticket. That's it, $97 for a 2-day life transformation summit. Los Angeles, California. Did you guys see that on the previous slide? I didn't mention that. It's at the Courtyard Marriott, right by the airport. Who wants a ticket? Who wants a ticket? And it's guaranteed, 100% guaranteed. Who came with you? Okay. So you can set them up on your computer, and we'll take a quick sign-up break if you need to use the restroom, get some water, and then we'll close it off with the mastermind session. So if you want a ticket, come see me, and we'll get you set up, or see Mary if Mary introduced you here, and then we'll come back in about, we're almost there, huh? We're close. So let's do a 2-minute quick break. If you're interested, you want a ticket, come to me. I'll give you a form. You can fill it out, and we'll work out the rest of it after that. Ready? Okay, go ahead. Take your sign up break. Come up see me. And Facebook Live for you, that would be reachyourpeaksummit.com. Reachyourpeaksummit.com. Click on the button, order your ticket. It's $97. Go ahead and do that right now. And we're going to sign off from Facebook Live because we're going to enter our mastermind session. Unfortunately, you weren't available to or able to partake in the initial part of that. So, out of respect to you, the main part of the value is complete, and we're going to sign off. Thank you for being on, and we'll see you again next time. We're doing these every single week. We'll see you on Facebook again next week. So long. All right. A standing O.